Yo, what's up, everybody? Like, comment, share, subscribe. Welcome back to the channel. We're going to get right into it. We're talking about Shedeur Sanders. And Andrew Berry just had another conversation with somebody, and it seems like he kind of leaked that Shedeur, week one, he could have that opportunity to make more improvements on his 2-0 finish from the end of the season, where he just beat, Aaron Rodgers and Joe Burrow. I mean, that's two pretty good wins, even though he didn't play his best games. He could have played a lot better. He still has a little too many turnovers for my taste, but he's a rookie. It happens. But let's go ahead and see what good old Andrew Berry has to say.
Affect the head coaching search?
Well, it's certainly something that we're going to talk about a lot with the candidates. But it's maybe a little bit less on their particular view of the quarterback situation and more about their thoughts and planning for it.
And what would you, I know you mentioned Shedeur up on the side, on the podium rather, what would you like to see his offseason look like, and what have you seen these last 7 weeks building towards 2026?
I'd like it to see him continue to make progress. He got valuable reps this year, starting 7 games. I think he's got to continue to make progress with his pocket management, his situational awareness, things like that. But you'd like to see him take a major step forward going into week one.
During the game in Cincinnati, Nathan and I, before that final drive, said this is kind of Shedeur's closing argument, if you will, for 2026. How did you view it?
Yeah, I thought it was a great...
I'm sorry, for 2025.
Yeah, I thought it was a great situation for him to be in, because you look in a game where he was scuffling. It wasn't one of his stronger games, certainly early on. It's like, hey, can we get settled and get the team in scoring position to win the game? And he was able to do that. And I think, look, you're not always going to have your fastball every week in the NFL. It's too hard. Defenses are too good. But the fact that he was able to do that and lead us on a scoring drive when we absolutely needed it, certainly a positive.
Finally, you have a timetable in your head. I know you're going to find the right guy. That's the most important thing. But realistically, would you like to have something done before Mobile, before the Combine? What does that look like?
I mean, yeah, I guess in a vacuum you'd like to have...
Combine, certainly, obviously.
But I'd say this. To me, it's more about hiring process and hiring the right person than the timing. I think... You think about Indianapolis a couple years ago, where they thought they were hiring Josh McDaniels. That changed at the last minute. They pivot to Frank Wright. I think that happened right at the Combine. I think they went and won 11 games that year because they found the right individual. So we're not going to be bound by artificial time barriers. Obviously, you'd like to have adequate lead up time into some of the league events, but if we don't, it's more important to find the right person.
I lied. Last thing, message to the fans would be what?
My message to the fans is we know how difficult this year has been, and we appreciate the loyalty, the passion, the commitment to the team, regardless of what we're going through, and that's something we will never take for granted. My commitment to you all is to make sure that we find the right leader and build the right roster that allows us to have perennial success.
Andrew.
All right, and we heard enough of that. You guys heard it for yourself. Andrew Berry and the Browns organization, they like what they saw from Shedeur at the end of the season. Even though he had a lot of turnovers, they still like what they saw with the limited amount of time he was given to prepare in the preseason and, preseason camp and everything like that. But I just want people to be wary, because everybody's so happy Kevin Stefanski got fired, but that could not be a good thing for Shedeur, because if him and this next coach don't click, there's going to be a lot more quarterback conversation in that locker room, and it's already going crazy. They got Malik Willis over there backing up Jordan Love in Green Bay, and he's looking pretty good. They got a lot of quarterbacks that are going to be floating around this offseason, and that's another thing. A lot of those quarterbacks might not want to come to the Browns organization, but let's be honest, quarterbacks want a job, and they're going to come compete. And I think some of these quarterbacks can beat Shedeur out, especially if we're speaking on Malik Willis. Everything he's shown in the games he's played in, I've seen a starting quarterback. With Shedeur, I see he still needs a lot of work.